Hello everyone. I just wanted to make a quick video this morning because I've been meaning to do it for the past couple of days to update you on the things that I have to do before my surgery. As I said in my last video, when I got my approval, I had a list of a couple of things that I also needed to do, which was chest x-ray, EKG, physical, and blood work. On top of that, I had to redo my sleep study on the 5th. So I was waiting on the results of that as well. So I had 5 things to talk about when I went to my doctor. I finally went to my doctor last Friday. They did my physical there. They did my EKG there. We went over my sleep study results. And I got my things to do my chest x-ray and blood work, and they said that I should do that day. So Friday I got almost everything that I need to do done. But here's the thing. My EKG came back abnormal. So, not so abnormal that they're like, oh my gosh, go to the hospital, but they wanted me to do a stress test. So, I'm doing my stress test today. I'll talk about that in a little bit. My sleep study came back. Turns out I have mild sleep apnea. You know, it's not extreme, it's not awful, but they still want me to get a CPAP machine. So, I have to get that. And I think they're going to come to my apartment and do it. I'm not really sure. I haven't heard back from those people yet. So I'll be giving them a call today. Physical was fine. So that was one thing that went smoothly. Yay! And then I had my paperwork for blood work and my chest x-ray, which I did excuse me, later in the day. So my physical, blood work and chest x-ray are done. So today I have my 2-hour pre-op class, which is in Baltimore. I live in Pennsylvania, but it's like an hour away, or an hour and a half away probably. And then I have my stress test today. The only thing I know about my stress test is that I will be getting on a treadmill at some point. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this, except for in passing, but I have found out I had arthritis in both of my knees. The only knee that actually hurts is my right knee. My left knee, I can't tell if there's anything wrong with it, except for the fact that it cracks like an old lady's creaky bones. Both of my knees do that. But my right knee has really been sore lately because I've been constantly using it. I've been going for walks every day. You know, I've been trying to get up my strength and my stamina before surgery. So I have this sore knee that is constant pain for me, and now I'm going to have to go on a treadmill. So I'm really hoping that I can do this and do it correctly and be able to. I just hope they don't make me run. That's my only, like, I'm sitting here thinking, just please don't make me run. Please don't make me run. I can walk fast. I can, you know, probably go uphill, but making me run right now would probably cause me severe pain. So I guess I'll update you on that after the fact, because at this point I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I do know that's going to take 3 to 4 hours this afternoon, so I'm going to cut, and it's up here by my house. So I'll be down in Baltimore for my 2-hour class in the morning, and that starts at 8 a.m. So then about 10 o'clock I'll be driving all the way back here, probably stopping in at my apartment to have a quick lunch because I can't eat before the stress test, and then going over to the hospital up here and getting my stress test done. Will it ever be done? I just feel like it's so close, yet so far away. Tomorrow will officially be 2 weeks out. I'll be starting my liquid diet. Really nervous about that as well because it's the first time I've ever tried anything like that. I've been trying to do more protein shakes in the morning, so kind of getting myself used to that habit. But I don't have a lot of time in the morning, so it's been really rough. But I'm glad that I'm figuring this out now. Like, what's going to work best for me? You know, when I go back to work and I have to get in my protein, and probably protein shakes will be in my regular diet for a while, at least for breakfast, even after the liquid and mushy phases are over. So yeah, that's gonna happen. I don't. I don't know. It's so scary. But I have sugar-free Jello, and I have sugar-free popsicles, and I have a whole bunch of protein stuff, and yeah, and my Camelback water stuff that I can drink my water. 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a day. That's all I'm saying. Hi everyone, I am back from my doctor's appointments, and the stress test that I had this afternoon is all done. And first of all, the doctor's appointment this morning was a lot of going over like what to expect before, during, and after surgery. We talked to a nurse at the hospital. There was a kind of a small group of us. We actually went to the wing where we're going to have our surgery, so it was nice. We could see the rooms we're going to be in, the type of rooms at least. And it was actually particularly nice because they're all private rooms, which I was really grateful for because I know I'm going to have some family visiting and things like that. Oh God, I'm in an awful position. Look at this. See this right here? The fact that I have no neck. Really looking forward to that going away. Anyway, I just got a little distracted by my little turkey neck there. So we went through all of that, a lot of the what to expect, what to stop taking as far as medicines, how to prevent any problems after surgery as far as what to eat, making sure that we follow our surgeon's program. Oh my gosh, the nurse herself, she had gastric bypass 12 years ago, and she looks great. You know, she said she still has like 100 and, oh gosh, it was like a ridiculous number, like 160 pounds off of her from 12 years ago, which I think is fantastic. But she did tell some horror stories about people who decided to just not follow the surgeon's, guidelines. And one person was 4 days out, ate corn, and punctured the staples, and had corn all in his abdominal area, and it caused serious problems to the point where he was in the ICU for a while, and they weren't sure if he was going to make it, but apparently he did. But he constantly, for years, had problems because they couldn't possibly find all the corn that was just floating around in his abdomen. I can't even imagine. It was like the grossest, most horrifying thing I've ever heard of. So, I was already planning on following everything anyway, but just, hearing those kinds of things, you think, I never want, this is serious. It needs to heal. I'm not gonna do anything to push it. I'm not gonna do anything, I'm gonna do everything by the T because I don't want any problems with this new stomach. So that went well. Came home, got home, had a light lunch, and then went back over to a different hospital to do my stress test. I have a problem with nurses. I don't have a problem with nurses. Let me rephrase. Nurses have a problem finding my veins, and it's been a problem for years. They never find it in, the crook of my arm where they're supposed to find it. When I had my blood drawn earlier, or the end of last week, it had to be done in my forearm, and today it was done on the front of my hand. So I don't know if that's an issue, that it's just too much fat there. They said I just had small veins, which is possible too, I guess. But I'm just hoping that maybe that will be better after the weight loss as well. But anyway, had a needle placed in my arm. They gave me some sort of liquid that was going to show in my heart, I guess. So they had me sit for half an hour after they gave me this liquid into my veins. I want to say it was some sort of radioactive something or other. I don't know. Does that sound right? I don't know. I was just like, whatever, just do what you got to do at this point. Let's get this wrapped up. Then I got on the machine where it takes all the pictures of you, and I guess it was looking to where that liquid had gotten into my bloodstream and gone through the heart and seeing where it was in my body. And then after they took the first set of pictures, they took me back to the treadmill, and they put the stuff on me again on my chest and on my side. so that the machine was like an EKG machine was on me while I was doing this treadmill. And it it doesn't hurt to have those things on you, but she like scrubbed it with like, I don't even know what it was, a Brillo pad or like really something really scratchy so that it would stick to my skin. That hurt, especially in like sensitive areas like my side, like 'cause it was on my belly area, my side of my belly. Um, those things hurt. They keep you hooked up to the EKG machine. Then they have you walk. It's kind of a slow paced walk, just a regular walking at first on a low incline, and then they raise the incline and increase the speed, and they do that 3 times. So well, 2 times. They raise the incline, increase the speed, and then they raise the incline again and increase the speed. During the first two, and I don't know if this is something that they do just to see how much you can talk or not talk, but I was talking to the doctors and the nurses that were there. We were having a conversation about my surgery and just different things like that, and so we were just talking the whole time. And I think I almost think that's part of the test to see if you can talk while you're doing this, which is I guess a good indicator of whatever they're looking for. And then when I went on the final one, it was like really hard for me, especially with my bum knee, but it wasn't running, so it was fine. But the incline was up there too. So okay, he said, okay, 30 seconds. So I didn't have to worry about that too long. So I was just like, okay. But at that point, I couldn't talk anymore. There was no more conversation. I was just doing what I had to do and getting out of there. And then after you do that, you sit down for another couple of minutes, but not too long after that, and then you go back in for a second round of the same thing. They told me it would take 3 to 4 hours. It took maybe 2.5, closer to 2 probably. So I don't know if it just wasn't a busy day or if they just kind of overestimate so that you give yourself enough time to get everything done. But now those things are done. That testing should be over to my doctor. Another thing that happened while I was getting all the stuff done, I got a call from the company that is going to hook me up with a CPAP machine. So I'll be doing that on Thursday. I feel so bad because I took off all day today for doctor stuff from work, and then I'm going to have to take off Thursday morning for doctor stuff. And thank God my company has been so willing to work with me and very supportive of all of this, but I feel so bad. I feel like I'm taking off work and doing this stuff more than I'm actually at work doing my work. And while I'm there doing my work, I'm also making sure, checking things off my list. I'm trying to make phone calls. I'm calling doctors. I'm calling, different places. On top of that, all the stuff that's going on, I had to renew my lease this month. I have to make sure I get my car inspected before the end of the month, and I have to renew my tags before the end of the month. I feel so overwhelmed with all of the things that I have to get done. But if I sit and think about it for a minute, I'm also very proud of myself that I am getting all this stuff done, because I'm one of the most just unorganized people in the world. And I definitely am a procrastinator about things, but I feel like I've been on top of things with everything that has to do with my surgery. I've done everything that I needed to do. I've called places. I've followed up on things. So at least that is taking me in the positive direction, and hopefully I can keep that up. And that can be maybe some new habits of mine when I have the energy to follow through with even more things and be more organized maybe in the future. So, oh my gosh, I talked way too long, and so I'm going to let this go. But be sure to update you when I have my CPAP stuff done. So you might see another video by the end of the week. But for now, I'm going to go. So I'll see you all later, and happy Tuesday.